making them and are not an endorsement of any position, program, religion, or political affiliation. DFG's Corner is for information, observations, and entertainment. I ask that you like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Welcome, everyone. This is DFG, the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce. I'm coming to you live from the 571 where I'm having fun and I'm getting things done. And tonight we're going to have an open forum because been kind of in and out under the weather, whatever you want to call it, ain't just been a great day. But before I start, I'd be remiss if I'm not going to introduce you to my sis. Say what's going on, Miss Apple, because you're sweet as Snapple.
Good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be here, and I hope we have a good show like we usually do. And I'm coming in from the NYC, and I want to just greet everybody and hope we have some interesting topics. I'm a little out of it today, but I'm hoping that I'll tighten it up by the time we get into it.
The show must go on. The show must go on. I know how you feel. And today we got our main man from Augusta, Georgia, by way of Louisiana, Big Al. What's going on, Big Al?
Oh yeah, down in James Brown hometown, but just disgusted as I hear all the craziness that Orange Man is unleashing with all the cuts and pauses and everything else. So that's gotten me riled up tonight, but I'm gonna calm my rage.
Well, hey, we don't want you to calm your rage. We want you to speak your mind. If you want to speak your mind, let's start now. What's on your mind, Big Al?
Well, just the blatancy in which he's and how bold he is with these initiatives that are deliberately designed to hurt people of color. And I listened to that news conference with his White House spokeslady, and she's about as dumb as a box of rock, but very
Oh,
arrogant as
Big
well.
Al, hold up, Big Al. I can't let you do that. I can't let you disrespect a box of rocks like that.
Yeah, but but the other thing that I have done is it does us no good to sit back and complain unless we take some action. So what I have done today is I've effectively joined the NAACP, the Columbia County branch, and I'm rolling up my sleeve to get busy and do everything I can to help turn the tide. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting my rage into action so that I can do something positive.
That's what's going on, Big Al. That is definitely what's going on. Also have my lovely cousin Nicole calling us all the way from Arizona. So by the time I get to Arizona, what you gonna be doing, Miss Nicole?
What am I up to? So
Yes, ma'am.
actually, a lot of the stuff, I don't know, a lot of things that you weren't aware that I actually was doing in Arizona. I was working with the ACLU for several years on their Smart Justice Initiative. And through that, I was able to connect with a woman that has an organization out here. We've been friends for the past, I'd say, 3 or 4 years. So I do supportive work, restorative justice out here. Saturday, I actually went to an event where there was a group of individuals that were directly impacted through a grant program called the Hustle House. They were actually able to get their small businesses up and going and have funding. And they're actually doing quite well.
That's
So
that's
I,
what that's what's
yeah,
up.
it's positive work, and so because I do some consulting and stuff like that, I was actually able to reach out to one of the organizations. They have they're vegans, so they started a vegan catering company, and I reached out to them and let them know if they need some additional consulting and stuff like that. I'm available. So that's what I'm working on right now over here in Arizona.
Hey, we all got to pitch in because these next 3 years and 358 days are going to be telling on whether we're the United States or where how can I say this, cream coated colorist um a stand. And coming also joining us on my last two co-hosts, the fabulous Miss Beanie up there in the Binghamton, New York area, and my favorite girl, the Chocolate Pearl, who never, by the way, never told me if she liked her commercial or not. What's going on? What's going on, Beanie? I see you coming home after a long day of hard work.
Just got off of work. I'm glad I made it. Hello, everyone.
Hey, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. You know, I appreciate you every day. Chocolate Pearl, what's going on? You late? Yeah, yeah. Your mic is not on. We can see you. You have to
There we go.
unmute.
Got it. Got it. Got
I
it.
was going to say, are you having a fight with technology right now?
I'm having a fight with technology because first it came on my watch instead of coming on on my phone. Hey, y'all. I just got back from sewing class. Y'all know I done started up my new semester, so I'm going to be a tad bit late when I get here. But I'm here in Duval, making it
That's what
happen, Captain.
that's what's going on. You know, we're just it's an open subject, but as you can see, I don't know if you can see on the screen, I'm gonna play this little clip that I got off of TikTok. Yes, I'm glad TikTok is back. I don't know about y'all, but I like TikTok. And this goes to talk about the economic impacts to the United States if the president continues with his tariffs.
What if Canada, Mexico, Panama, Greenland, and Denmark cut ties with the US, especially under Trump's current policies? First, the US would lose $774 billion in trade, cut off with Canada alone, with $421 billion in imports, including 60% of US crude oil needs. Without Canadian oil, gas prices could skyrocket by 30%, costing Americans an extra $1.2 trillion annually. Mexico, the US's largest trading partner, supplies $800 billion in goods, including 40% of auto parts. A sudden halt would cripple US manufacturing, costing 2 million jobs and $150 billion in GDP losses. Panama's control of the Panama Canal is critical. If the US loses access, shipping costs could rise by 25%, adding $50 billion annually to import expenses. Greenland and Denmark, though smaller, supply rare earth minerals essential for US tech and defense. A cutoff could disrupt $6.4 billion in trade. In short, the US would face economic chaos, job losses, and skyrocketing costs, proving how interconnected our world truly is.
Now that I know that was a little short, but that's just what I call the back of the envelope costs that are not always seen. We're talking about those are the basic predicted seen costs. We're not going to talk about the predicted unseen costs of those type of deals that's going around. When you pick a fight with your two biggest trade partners, you're going to hurt. Looking at that video, what do you think, Apple? Apple,
Oh,
hello.
I'm sorry. I was having a little trouble too. Um, I think that he's just doing things just to see the reaction because he has no idea the consequences of his actions are going to reap on the rest of us. And he's pick and fight with our biggest importers, and it makes no sense.
I
That
can tell you.
he thinks that by doing this is punishing these separate countries, and it's actually punishing us as the the middle and lower class of America, the people that make this country run essentially. And it's just ridiculous. I just the programs he's cutting, I think they're gearing up for World War III. I hope it doesn't happen, but that's what I see happening because no one around the world respects him, and he thinks bullying and doing things that he thinks is going to make him look tough is going to, give him I don't know, make him look tough in the face of the world, and it really makes him look like the idiot he is. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm
Well,
making sense, but it's just
no,
I'm
you're
flabbergasted.
entitled
I
to your
can't believe
opinion.
it.
You're entitled to your opinion. You agree with Apple's take, Big Al?
Oh, yeah. And I'll take it a step farther because I think one of his underlying intentions are to create this civil war within the United States because of all the things that he's doing and all the programs that are designed to hurt people of color. And when people of color start to lose jobs in mass through his elimination of all the DEI programs and other programs that benefit us, we're going to really get angry. And one of the things that I notice is that white people here in Columbia County are getting very bold, like they're doing stuff to try to deliberately provoke, at least with me, to provoke me into retaliating or responding. And they just don't know they're messing with the wrong one because I've
Yeah, I
got
was about to say,
yeah,
1954 ain't coming back.
that's right. Exactly. But that's part of their intent. So I agree with Apple, and I just don't know, other than God intervening and stepping in, we're heading for chaos and World War III, to include a civil war internally in the United States.
Your take on that, Nicole, how your take on that?
I mean, God is intervening. He just may not be intervening in how the way that you think he's intervening. Things aren't always how we think they're supposed to look. And we're only at the beginning stages right now. Everything is set up and designed to evoke these very same feelings that we're having right now. So whatever, you know what I mean, the job is being done exactly the way it's supposed to be. This is all by design. This wasn't, you know what I mean? It is. And I think it has people paying more attention now so than ever. I think the ones that were asleep before, even I don't see how you could have been asleep the past 4 years, but even if you were, I think it has people even more awake. Because for one person to have this much control, to be able to invoke this much, that's a lot of power.
Yes.
That's a lot of power.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that.
And but this is only 1 week in, right?
Yeah, that's why I said. That's why I said 3 years and 358 days.
Yeah, this is just the starting block, and it has people even more aware. Just as quickly as they turned that TikTok off, you see how quickly they turned it off. They can turn stuff off very quickly. The pipe can get shut off quick, and you can see it's getting shut off quick. So, if anything, I continue to pray more so than ever, because people are being affected that maybe they didn't think they would be affected, and it all trickles down.
Definitely, because nothing says FAFO than what's happening these days. Definitely. But
make sure I stay on top of what's going on with Nicole.
Yeah, and this is what I look at it as. you know, we as melanated folks, black folks, whatever you, foundational black Americans, whatever you want to call us, we knew what was going to happen if he got back in office. We knew it, and unfortunately, it happened. But it is what it is. But we'll be better prepared for what's about to go down than the people who voted for him and don't realize what he was about. And that's going to be a big issue. Pearl, what do you think about that? Pearl, she must have dropped.
Yeah.
She must.
Be here.
Oh.
What was the question? What was the question?
I'll say what do you? Hey, what's going on, Dabs?
How you doing?
The question was what do you think about us black people knowing what was going on and knowing what was going to happen, and we understand that we're going to catch some heat, but we also know that it's not going. I mean, it's going to affect us a lot less than the people who voted for him.
Right. I think that because we already knew, we are preparing ourselves for the worst. Fortunately, we know how to prepare ourselves for the worst versus a different culture, because we basically was raised that way. We made a dollar out of a nickel. We allowed it to stretch. So unfortunately, we know how to go back to them. We're going to have to go back to that situation to where we're going to have to pinch pennies. We're going to have to make sure that, Go ahead.
No, go ahead. That was my fault.
Just the fact that we're going to have to do that, it's going to get worse for us before it gets better.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
we know how to survive in that situation. So we just need to, go back to tactics, back to, class 101 for us, for our kind, to make sure that we can maneuver through this new system that Trump is building.
And that's what Big Al said earlier. He stated he's joining the NAACP to re-energize what we need to do with things going on in this country, and understanding that the fight is always going to be the fight. We just gotta be cognizant and continue, even though they say woke is not it. We gotta continue to stay woke, even though Jesus was woke. For lack of a better term, Jesus was woke, because he even said it in the Bible. Don't be asleep when the people come. So that means that's in the Bible. If you don't believe me, look in the book of Matthew. Here's another one where we're talking about leopards eating people's faces and the FAFO. Hold on.
I just think that
Hold on, it's not. I'm gonna cut that off. I thought it was gonna be plain, but it's not. Oh, it did come on. Hold on.
Before you put that back on? Okay, so this afternoon before I went to work, I was watching things on YouTube, and they was talking about this the discussion we're having right now, to where it's not. I don't believe that they've been rearing up for World War III. They've been doing a lot of things, even during the debate season. Like I said before, a couple of weeks ago, I haven't really been keeping up on the politics this sessions, these last couple of sessions of voting. I just been voting for the devil I know or the devil that I think will do better. So now, the last thing I remember him saying is that once he gets in the first week, he was going to go to Ukraine and stop the Ukrainian war. He was going to go to China and try to talk with them in China so we could get better things or whatever. He hasn't done anything of that nature. All I know is right now I gotta rear up and figure out how I'm going to pay an extra $500 in taxes that I don't have and I don't make, because I make less than $60,000 a year. So my taxes are going to go up from what I'm seeing. From what I'm seeing, my taxes are going up. My living expenses are going up. Even though I just got a promotion, it's not going to help me out at all. I don't.
Oh, that's
I don't
you haven't figured that out, Beanie. The more you make, the less you get back.
Yeah,
I'm
it
new
just
to
puts you
this.
in a higher tax bracket.
Well, I'm new to this, and I'm not liking it so far at all. It's like adulting. It's hard to pay bills. It's hard to be able to, at the end of the year, to pay what you have to pay to the government and say, okay, I got that off. I got another 12 months that I got to worry about it. It's hard because those, at the end of that 12 months, that first month, we're still recuperating from the 12th month. You
Yeah,
know?
Call me later and I'll talk to you about your taxes.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, it's just real confusing for people that's like me, that's just getting into, well, just really trying to pay attention more to politics and trying to get my child and his new young family into paying attention, because it's going to be their world soon. And I need we all need them to actually pay attention. So I had two young men come in to my job today, and you know me, I'm on auntie mode all the time. How y'all doing? Are y'all still in school? Of course we're in school. Thank God. What are you taking up? One is taking up mathematics. The other one is taking up English. I was like, that's beautiful to have two young men know what they want. How old are you? 21. Oh, I was like, this is so beautiful to see two young African American men that basically are from the hood, and they're just like, yeah, I go to community college. I'm trying to do this 3-year community college so I could go into Binghamton University. We had it was like a quick 10-minute conversation while I was working in it. I was like, I'm so proud that I could say that there are some young men that are getting it, and you wouldn't expect. A lot of people, I'm not going to say you, a lot of people wouldn't expect, because how they were representing, how they came in and everything. They were like, oh, these are ghetto, they ghetto. But I took the time and I'm like, how you doing? Are you how's your day and things of that nature? And I became pleasantly surprised about these young men are actually trying to do something with their lives. And that's a lot, because when I was growing up, there was a lot of ne'er-do-wells. A whole lot of ne'er-do-wells. I'm using that word this year, but it's the truth. And nobody actually was like, they talk to them and then go about their way, but nobody actually takes the time to encourage, like, and check in every once in a while. How are you doing? You mentally, are you mentally okay? Do you need someone to talk to? What's going on in your world today? I know I'm off top, but that actually affected me today in a positive way, because I don't see it a lot in the neighborhood that I live in. I don't see it a lot. It's the ones that used to be dealers and schemers in my age group. They're just now starting to get their stuff together. I'm glad that we are starting to get our stuff together, even though it's a little late. But like they said, it's never too late to learn. And I'm just glad that these young ones are starting to learn way better than what I was taught, you know?
Definitely. I definitely understand that. And, it's some people say better late than never. And that's where we have to go. we also, I just want to shout out, we got another person, another family member on, Miss 𝐤𝐻𝐤𝐳. What's going on, 𝐤𝐻𝐤𝐳? How you doing? From the dirty Jersey. Your mic don't work, girl. And the real one, how you doing, the real one?
Don't play with me, Dr. Feelgood. This is Dr. Fabulous.
Look, it says the real one, so that's what I'm going off of, Dr. Fabulous.
I'm the real one. Can't get no realer.
and thank you for coming on. If y'all didn't know, if y'all didn't know, Dr. Fabulous is the CEO of Upscale Vibes Worldwide, which we have a show on every Thursday night at 8:30, Tantalizing Talk Thursdays, where the talk is hot and sometimes we're not, but we get it popping and never stopping. And we also have another member of that team, Social Media Divas, on. What's going on? What's going on, social media?
What's going on? What's going on, everyone?
Appreciate y'all coming on. I'm gonna play this video I'm playing tonight is basically a F around and find out moment given on from one of my mutuals from TikTok. Let's play that.
The white mediocrity is popping off this morning. So Georgia already started taking people off of welfare. They were interviewing a bunch of people who were down at their welfare office bitching that they couldn't get their money and that they haven't gotten their checks. And a white woman got in front of the cameras and literally said, "We didn't know they were going to take it from us. We thought they were going to take it away from black people."
Fair use.
White mediocrity is going to learn their place by any means necessary. Have the years you deserve.
That was interesting. That was interesting. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Chocolate Pearl?
Okay, so yes. See, that's the thing. They think that whatever Trump's going to do in a negative way, they think is only going to affect a certain amount of people, not realizing it's going to affect a lot more than what they think it's going to affect, especially if you're in a certain income bracket. It don't care. That income bracket doesn't care what color you are. So if he's going to lower taxes, or if he's going to lower taxes for the rich and raise it for the poor, if you poor, whether you black, white, Chicano, I don't care what color you are, it's still going to affect you. But there are some people, some clear people who feel that, oh, it's not going to bother me because I'm clear.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing about messaging and media. The face of crime is us, even though we don't commit the most crime.
Right.
The face of poverty is us, even though we're not
the poorest.
Right. We're also the face of inferiority, but as y'all saw, that's not the case. These things are happening, and it's going to take a reckoning, which I think, if I hate to say this, the president is going to make sure that it happens. And, people start waking up and realizing that melanated folks ain't the problem. In reality, we never really been the problem. If anything, we've done more than what we had to do to be those people, the soul of the country. And I say that not being braggadocious, not being outlandish. I can truly say that. I can truly say that from our vernacular to our dance moves, to our inventions, to the way we rally as a community. It's something that's been lacking, and we've been the redheaded stepchildren for 500 years. And now everybody's getting mad because we're not running to the rescue anymore. We're turning inward instead of outward. Those are the things that we have to understand, that other people got to realize. We already, like I said, we already knew. So we're saying, hey, y'all get that, y'all get some of this. When here's the thing. If they were us for 3 days, everything would be fixed.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Big Al.
Facts.
Go ahead, Big Al.
Yeah, to Miss Beanie's earlier point, Black men have no excuses now to have that pants sagging. I mean, this is the time that we're going to have to stand up and be counted. We're going to have to get back spiritually the way we used to be as a community, and look at the ways that we did business in the past, being able to budget better, not worry about all the brand name sneakers and those sort of things. But more importantly, those businesses, Walmart, McDonald's, and others who are complying with those DEI mandates, to stop patronizing those organizations, to go to Costco's and those Targets and those stores that are rejecting that, because economic impact will affect the white man and Donald Trump more than anything.
Yeah, and they don't realize it. They think that the outcome is going to be, they're going to be on the positive side and we're going to be on the negative side. But they have to realize that whatever, if, like I said, money is green, we are not. So money is not prejudiced against anybody. It's just, how do you handle it on your own? We were raised how to pinch a penny. We were raised how to live in poverty and still survive. We learned how to do that. So now I believe that we're actually going to strive more than the rich people, because the rich people do not necessarily think that nothing's going to happen to them. It's not going to affect them. They don't realize, yeah, you're rich, but you're rich because you hire the poor. And if the tariffs and all that other stuff does not gets blocked, and then the prices go up, but there's no one to work it, because you have to let them go, because you couldn't get stuff from overseas. So it's a trickle down effect, that domino effect. Once you hit that first domino, it's going to knock everything else down.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead, Doc.
I just wanted to share with all of you. Some of you may not follow Jamal Bryant, but I just feel that he is a great forefront of an individual when it comes to putting Trump in his place. And I started my day off this morning listening to him, because they have this event that's going on for Black entrepreneurs. And just check it out. You can go on his Facebook or his Instagram, and he is very effective. And I know everybody always say he a crook, but God dang it, when I tell you, he put it together and he make a blind man see what's really going on in this country. And also, for all our individuals who think that because you're Black, you're not going to make it, baby, listen, keep holding, keep trusting, and also get out, start your business, get you an LLC, because that's what's going to help you push over all the individuals in a certain tax bracket. If you don't know by now, honey, the best way to make it, and I always say this, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I'm going to make it do what it do, because he thinks he has all the wits, all the smarts, but you got to sometime beat them at their own games. And like you say, their pocket is what their gain is all about. And when you stop supporting them, and I know everybody run the Walmart for this, that, and the other, but and Target, all of those individuals that supported all those big job entities that hire minimum wage individuals, don't pay them much because they need the store to be run. But if they just take a stand and step back and say, we're not going in today, they'll see how the economy can crash quickly. What is it? Walmart and Target, everybody shop there because what? It's a department store where you're supposed to go and get your goods from. But if you stop going, you will show up. There's some other entity and Amazon. I know everybody want to work for Amazon. I know everybody want to purchase from Amazon, but they were in that group too that was supporting Trump. So that's all I got. I say get them where it hurts, and that's with their dollars and cents.
Okay, that makes sense. That I mean, no, that's actually very profound. And go where you're appreciated. Spend your money where you appreciate it. If you know of a black business, go to black business. Let's start re-supporting our own and black businesses. Treat black people with respect. Don't treat them like you would that white customer that comes in your class and disrespects you. Treat your people good, as good as and act like a normal customers. We can't count on anybody else anymore. And speaking of customers, I got a commercial coming up. This show is sponsored by the Real Golden Girls Creations. If for all your sundry gift items and things of that nature, chocolate pearls, project of love and affection, and I'll play the commercial. I'll be doing work on them commercials. But anyway, if you're looking for something, if you're looking for a nice gift, some body butter, some candles, earrings, check out Real Golden Girls Creations. If you want something, you can either contact me at DELITE7 or always a golden26@gmail.com. Let us know your orders and we'll get that to you plus shipping and handling. We'll make sure that your gift or whatever you get from Real Golden Girls is going to be a splash, because you see she has talent, and yes, she's good at what she does. She gets it from not me. But anyway, cousin Shaniqua, are you there? Are you awake? Miss Pepsi. Social media, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Here's a question for you. Knowing knowing what Dr. Fabulous was talking about and Chocolate Pearl earlier about us being a resilient people, and how I said it was we were the soul of the country. What do you think is going to happen in the next? Just give me your predictions over the next year.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. All I can do is pray and hope everything's gonna be good for us and have faith. But I feel like God's in control. God is president, so I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Cousin Nicole, what do you think? What do you think how we're looking next year, this time, next January?
You know what? I think because this is a different space. So I think it's kind of hard to predict what's going to happen when it's unpredictable. You know what I mean? God is in control, and I have to continue to have faith. I cannot be in a fear-based mindset because that's counterintuitive. That's counteracting having faith. Either you have it or you don't, really. And no matter what, if you have faith, what is going to happen? Then have faith that it's going to work out for us for your good. We're just a part of history. Just like anything that you read in a history book, we're a part of history. So people are going to look back on this 30, 40, 50 years from now and see that what happened in this part of history. And we're you know what I mean? So we just have to be a part of whatever is getting ready to happen. But every night when I go to bed, I thank God and I'm grateful. I'm not going to be ungrateful. I have to be in gratitude for everything that I have, because the ability to even be present on this call and be able to have this talk, we're in this situation where we're grateful to be on this call. A lot of people are suffering right now. And because I live in Arizona, I live next to California, and there's still suffering over there. And because it's not on the news cycle anymore, it doesn't mean that they're not still suffering. So when I look at those situations, they don't even have a home. So I don't think what they're going through, it's not about what Trump is doing. It's about, you know what, I lost everything. And I'm sitting in a shelter right now where I had a home. And I'm living around people that I don't know. And because I lived in LA and I know about the unhoused over there, the unhoused that were unhoused prior to those fires are now living in those communities right now. They have infiltrated those shelters right now. So they're all mixed in right now, and we're scared. So I guess if I look at it from that standpoint, I'm doing pretty well. So we have to wait and see. I think this is a wait and see, because we've never been in a situation where all these plugs have been pulled in a week, right? He's just pulling plugs. He's just like putting the kibosh on everything. And I've never seen that before. So we don't know what that's going to look like. We just have to continue to be in faith and continue to be in prayer, but also be in gratitude for what we have. We're privileged right now to even be sitting on this call.
Right. Because I agree with that.
So I have to continue to stay in that positive mindset and continue to stay in faith and prayer for those that right now just did that. You know what I mean? Their jobs are on hold. I'm praying for them. I'm praying for the people that don't know what's going on the next day, because the God that I serve is bigger than a man that's sitting. I can't. You know what I mean? The God that I serve is bigger than him. That's for sure. He's just a person playing a role right now to shake things up, and he shook it. He's shaking it, and he's shaking it big.
That's you right. You right. Big Al, you want to add to that?
Yeah, I'm like your cousin. I'm going to be very optimistic, and I see a resurgence in Black entrepreneurship. If you look back from the traffic light on Black people have created some of the most innovative things that help us in our society. And I see a resurgence in that. I also see a emergence of the family unit. There has been a gradual deterioration of the family as an entity. And given the circumstances where a lot of people are going to unfortunately lose homes and jobs, they're going to have to come back to that family unit. So I'm going to be optimistic that there's going to be a resurgence in Black entrepreneurship and ingenuity, and a resurgence of the family unit as the core to how we survive as Black people.
And that's a great outlook. Someone just dropped in, gracing us with her presence. Lady T from the 305, where she keeps it live. She's also a member of the Upscale Vibe Worldwide Tantalizing Talk Thursdays team. What's going on, Lady T? You there, Lady T?
Hold on, she's trying to get her volume together.
Okay. I see. Also, let me shout. There you go, Lady T. Go ahead.
No, that was Bean.
Oh, that was Bean.
Yes.
Oh.
I was just thinking about what Al said about about family coming together. It's not going to only be family. It's going to be the communities that we've been making since the pandemic begun. And I believe that we're going to go back into like community tables, and everybody, like a lot of potlucks, just so everybody's children and everybody's elderly know that they're fed and safe. That's what this is what I'm I'm trying to be positive. If the worst case scenario comes, I remember looking at, because I'm not of the age of when the Black Panthers were, prevalent in the community and being positive in the community, as far as the free lunch programs, the free breakfast programs, and things of that nature, that once Ronald Reagan and the trickle down economy came in, they took away all those programs that were actually helping not only Black and brown people, but it will helping people in the Appalachian Mountains, deep in Kentucky, or the people on the reservations in Nevada. Those programs were actually helping them, and I believe if we go back to certain things, like as far as community pooling or like community gardening, again, it will help out with so much in our communities. That's just the thought that I want.
Because he's taken away all of that. He's taken away universal pre-K. He's taken away Medicaid and Medicare. He's taking away the SNAP program. He's taking away free lunch program. He's really getting rid of all of these things. And it might not affect all of us on this program right now, but we all know someone who can benefit from these different programs, or who has benefited from these different programs. And as far as like the LA fires, I feel a lot of empathy for everyone that lost their homes, but our commander-in-chief, he doesn't care about them. And he's out playing golf while people are losing their lives, losing their home, losing their livelihoods, and they have nowhere to go and nowhere to turn to. And I agree that we have to come together as a community, as a whole, as far as like Black and brown. We got to start sticking together again, and stop dividing. And we have to try to, as my sister was saying, like redevelop all these things, because we're going to need it in these coming years and these coming months. Like my brother said, it's only been a few days and it's already a clusterfuck. I've seen people make TikToks, and yes, I'm back on TikTok, and they're crying. These are people that's not even in my demographic, are crying because their SNAP benefits have been taken away and they have no way to feed their kids. Their Section 8, which is a housing program, it was taken away. People that were offered jobs, but because he stopped the DEI initiative, the job offers have been rescinded. These things are happening, and the only way we're going to get through this is together as a community. So I agree with Big Al when he said he's going to start joining these different groups in order to try to make a difference. And I think I'm going to follow suit. I haven't always been active, but I think, now is the time for us to stop talking about it and actually do something about it. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, Bean.
Oh no, no problem, Apple. This is what we're about, participation. What's going on, Lady T? Are you back?
Yes,
Can you
I'm back.
talk?
I do apologize. How are you?
Everything is good. Everything is good. Glad to have you on.
Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to piggyback off what was said. And I think now is the time for the churches to come in and step up. I think we need to create programs like the young lady said, that's gonna, build our community. We cannot have a Black Wall Street, and I say this time and time again. We have to sneak in and we have to be those dots in the community, because if we separate ourselves from the others, then that's a form of attack that they will definitely have on us. But what we do need to do is call the NAACP. We need to start, getting involved. We need to have our little own Black Panther, program. We as families need to pitch in, and you see a family down the street, you need to pitch in and help them. You shouldn't have to ask them. If you see the child look hungry, feed them. If they look dirty, buy them some clothes. We have to help. We have to start taking, notice and start pitching in and stop being selfish. So that's all I have to say on that topic.
Oh
And
no, no. Hey,
Lady
we
T,
definitely appreciate it.
that's that bringing that village back to community.
Yes.
Village
That's
back.
exactly what it is.
That's what I was trying to say. I just couldn't get it. I couldn't put it into words. That's exactly what it takes. What they said is it takes a village to raise one child.
Yeah.
If we got
Grew up on villages. Remember, even though we lived in the projects, each block had their own village. And then
Yes.
all the blocks came together as a whole, but each block had their own village where, we had Lee, Barbara, Judy, uh, uh, Trevor's mother, and Anita, Alberta. All of those women came together and raised us up when our mother was not financially set to where we had to borrow stuff, or they fed us. They watched us while we were outside playing. This is what we're going to have to rebuild now. We're going to have, that's what Lady T and you were saying. We have to rebuild that community as a village. We need to stick together. When you see someone down, we need to stop by and pick them up.
Yeah, and that's but that's the thing. It's going to take a different way of thinking, because the way things happen in our communities. In the 70s, it was heroin. In the 80s, it was crack. In the 90s, it was three strikes and the war, and the war on crime, which meant the war on Black people. It's we were taught this gender war is going on, especially within our community, that we need to really stop. Yes, it is going to take a lot of work. Are we willing and are we able to do the work? Because it's great to talk about it, but are we willing to be? And I'm not saying anybody in this group. I'm just saying in general, Are we ready to do the work? We got to stop flapping our gums. We got to continue to redress the wrongs that are happening. We can't stop doing that. But if we're not doing anything, only thing we're doing is whining. Oh, go ahead, cousin Nicole.
Hi. Yes, I really appreciate and respect that. At this point, you have to plant the seeds. You're not going to see that fruit grow for a couple of generations. It took a couple of generations to get to this point, so it doesn't get solved in 4 years. This is generational. And until the real conversations are made, with taking the real conversations have to be made within the community, not the external forces, the internal. The internal
Right.
has to be fixed so that you're strong enough to deal with the external. Everything that we were talking about, that's external. What's going on internal? And like you said, each generation there's an issue, right? That just sets it back. And now you said it is the gender war, but that affects generations. Because if the
Right.
seeds are being planted that I can't be with you, black man, because I can't even be in a room with you for 15 minutes, then that's an issue. So
Right.
how do you build off of that? You know what I mean? Those things have to be addressed and healed. Because there's a lot
Well,
of
we both
healing that needs.
no, I agree. How we attack that, how and I say attack in the way of we can't just close our eyes, sing kumbaya, and think things are going to be lovely. We have to come to
Absolutely.
the table. Everybody has to come to the table,
You have to
and
come to the table.
yes, and you have to
You
bring
have to
something.
you have to come to the table, but you have to come to the table with this is what I have, right? If you come to the table and
Exactly.
say, you know what, this is what I have, this is what I can offer, and keep the ego out of it, right? So if you're in a relationship, and I'm
Exactly.
not going to get into that, we only got 3 minutes.
Exactly.
If
No,
I
no,
can come to
you're
the table, right? Because money is money, right? Money's free. If I come to the table and said, you know what, young lady, young woman, whatever, I only make 40,000, right? And you make 60. 60 and 40 is 100. Keep your ego out of it because it's 100,000. But we get
right.
our egos get involved too much because we believe just because a woman may make a little bit more, then I'm not, then my ego tells me instead of, you know what, we're together and we got to build this family. And if this 100 grand enables my child to be in a better position because they're in a better school and they're in a better environment and learning, then so be it. So then my
Right.
child now has the tool, and you pass the tool to your child. And now and that's how it has to be. Races are run, if they're relay races, you pass the baton, but ain't no baton getting passed right now.
Oh no,
I don't
you
know
are
what
100%
you see
right.
what I'm saying. So I'm not. I don't want
Oh
to. You
yeah.
know me. You know you just met me, but you already know how I am. And that's.
Yeah.
But if we don't have these conversations like that, like son, we're in a war right now. You keep your ego out of it. And the best you can bring to the table is this, and then you're not, and then you bring that, and we bring it together.
Right.
Because money is
Exactly.
money.
But that's like you said, we got to bring something, and we have to be willing to put in the work. We can't do those things, then that's not going to happen. Um, Lady T got something to say, cuz go ahead, Lady T.
Yes, I think we can fix it, but we have to fix it with kind of like you, we have to strategize because by going to the town meetings, that's the first step. Then you need to go and talk to the school board. Those little civic sessions they have, you need to go in and say, listen, we need to come over here to the urban schools. You guys have money. We need to have these tutoring programs, these food programs. We need to have the homeless program. Those are things that they get money for. So we can go to the schools. We need to put our voices on record and let them know, listen, I'm not asleep. There's this guy called Tim Wise. I need everyone to like look at his videos. But what I'm saying is we can start now, but we have to get out. We have to go to the town meetings. We have to jump on the school board. We have to get out here and, those little grant funded programs, we have to jump on there and say, hey, you got this grant for $100,000. What have you done? And then question them, put the fire, to their feet. And then you sit up there and let them explain. And then if all that housing money, all the homes sitting around here, senior citizens, homes look like rundown and horrible, conditions, but all you have to do is just question them and then put the fire under their feet. And that's where we start. And from there, we can get money, we can get things moving.
That's what's up. Y'all
Okay.
give me a second. I'm going to bring up Tim Pool as she was saying in one of his
Tim Wise.
Tim Wise. I don't know why I said Tim Pool, but I got him. Trust me. I stay on stuff like that. Let me. Hold on. Let me get that right. Let me see if it actually worked this time. Unfortunately, it's not working. I'll have to figure out another time to do that.
You can just put the link in the chat.
The answer. This is before the Civil Rights Act, before the Voting Rights Act.
Y'all can hear that.
Washington, the year that Medgar Evers is shot down dead in his driveway in Jackson, Mississippi, the year that Governor Wallace stands and
Yeah, for some reason it's not playing when the sound's on. So
that he turns those dogs and water cannons in Birmingham on those children at the behest of Bull Connor. So we know the answer to the questions is not a hard pop quiz. The answer is no, but what do you think white Americans in 1963 said? 2 out of 3 answered the question, yes, everything here is fine. There is nothing to see. There are only 2 possible explanations for why the vast majority of white folks couldn't see the truth. Explanation number 1 is that white folks.
I'll have to try that again. It's about that time that we close out the show. I want to thank each and every one of y'all to come on out, and I'll be remiss if I didn't say hey to Solana D. She's also a member of the Tantalizing Talk team and the crew. I want to thank all my people on the outside, Miss Nikki, Miss Bridget. She's out there in lovely Northern California in NoCal. Go ahead, Big Al.
Yeah, Dr. Fabulous mentioned in her Thursday Zoom that the meeting ID was going to change for her Thursday Zoom. Do you have that information, Dr. Fabulous?
I do. One moment and I'll get it for you.
Okay.
One moment.
If you can just put it in the chat so that we'll have that.
Okay. One moment. Social media diva should be quicker at this than myself, but I'm looking it up for you. Oh, one moment. You say put it in the chat?
Yeah, just drop it in the chat.
Okay, just 1 second.
If not,
Did you just drop it in the chat?
No, that was the video I was trying to show y'all.
Oh, okay.
I'll do, Big Al.
I sent it to you, Dr. Feelgood. If you can put it over in the chat, because I don't know what's.
I'll get it to you, Big Al. I'll get that information out to you, Big Al. Just before I close, I just want to do some housekeeping. Like I said, Thursday nights, 8:30 Eastern time. We have Tantalizing Thought Thursdays with Upscale Vibes Worldwide with our CEO and host, Dr. Fabulous, myself, Dr. Feelgood of DFG, Solana D, Lady T, Special K, Action J, Mr. Dix, and Solana D. So come on and join us every Thursday. Also, I want you to check out Diary of a Mad Hatter, of the Mad Hatter. He's on YouTube. He's on Ronald Trey Brown on Facebook. I gotta shout him out because he shouts me out every time he sees me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm also not only on IG, Facebook, YouTube. I'm also on TikTok. If you still have TikTok, you can check me out. Phil S. Good, the doctor's backup. I got a ton of them and just want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming on. Don't want to be remiss in saying anything else, and I'm going to close it out by saying my favorite saying: "Never make love by the garden gate. Though love is blind, the neighbors ain't." See y'all next week.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.